I hope your day is full of enchiladas and tamales and tostadas and nachos and taquitos and rice and beans and guacamole. It's a fiesta intro, motherfucker. Guys, it's a brand new episode of Shank for you this week with the one, the only comedian Ryan Sickler. But before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Ryan Sickler, there's just something I want to tell you about, and that's Oh Yeah socks. Oh yeah, if you're like me, you go through life every day wearing a really comfy pair of sneakers, and the only thing that prevents your bare foot from touching that sneaker is a sock. And when it's time to pick a sock, there's only one brand I trust, and that's Oh Yeah socks. Go to ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's, HYEAH.com. Discount code Sara, SARA, 10 for 10% off unique sock designs. Whether you're into flamingos or alligators, there's a pair of socks for you. And they also make really cool and fun slippers. They have things for people of all ages, and they make great gifts. Go check them out. Tell them Shank sent you. And then I'm coming to Atlanta, Georgia on August 7th and Jacksonville, Florida on August 8th. So tickets for that, link in my bio at Princess Shank. And let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only comedian, Ryan Sickler. Guys, here it is. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is the one, the only comedian, Ryan Sickler.
Thank you, Sara Weinshenk.
I love having you on the pod.
Nice
You're one of my favorite people.
I mean, I've done this one. That's really nice. I've done this podcast. I believe the first time was at Gino's place back before the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I first really met you.
Yeah.
And then I've done it in the canyon.
And then you did it when I was living in the hippie canyon.
In between, I mean, was it from there to the
One time
canyon?
we recorded an episode of this bitch at my ex-boyfriend's house.
Oh, yeah?
Remember
That's
that?
Right. We sure did. Yeah, we sure did. I've come to all your studios.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, you have. You showed up at all the different studios.
Yeah. I forgot that one. Yeah.
I forgot about that one too until right now. It's so funny. But yeah, so we've been friends from the internet, and then we became real friends. And you're a good person. There aren't that many good people, you know? It's crazy.
I would talk about that a lot. Like, you and Kim both came to see me in the hospital. You were nonstop texting me, like...
I was so worried.
You were so sweet. You said, Ryan, I think you said, like, I don't even believe in religion or prayer, but I'm praying for you. You said. I was like...
Oh, yeah, I had a candle. I had a St. Jude candle for you.
Yeah,
that's the one religious thing that I do is St. Jude and St. Christopher now.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I wasn't letting anybody else come in, but you two were like, I'm coming, and you brought me sugarfish.
Oh, yeah, we brought you sugarfish.
You brought me sugarfish in the hospital.
Oh, I felt so bad because I kept thinking you were going to get out, and then you were still there.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, dude, you're like, no, if I'm still here next week, then you can come. And I'm like, you've been in there. I'm coming now.
Yeah, it was nice.
You're the best. So what else is going on in the Ryan Sickler universe?
Sorry, right now. When's this come out?
When does this?
This
2
will be
weeks?
next Wednesday.
That's okay. So that's perfect then. Actually, you can come see me on tour. I just dropped all my fall dates.
Yes.
They're on my website at ryansickler.com. I'm doing the new podcast, The Way Back, that I'm having so much fun.
The Way Back is a really fun podcast.
It's fun. Like, I love the Honeydew, but also after a while, you hear people's so many
trauma.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like,
and then you just want to laugh. And The Way Back is just like elementary to high school, funny stuff that you did and reminisce and nostalgia.
It's a good thing to listen to in between the honeydews.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a palate cleanser. You're like, okay, that was dark but funny. But like, let's talk about simpler times.
Yeah. And then the Patreon I do is like, it's like no offense to any of the people we know and stuff, but there's just no one has stories like regular people.
Well, they crazy as hell.
It's the most insane shit. Like, I always say, like, we hear something different every week, and you think, what point are we not? And I just had a guy who zoomed in from the hospital bed after just losing his hand in a work accident.
No.
Like, it was still wrapped up, and it was black, and they had just taken it. He showed us the pictures and they just took it. I'm like,
imagine being like, I gotta zoom to that. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers and thank you. I was like, because I've, you hear like it still have the phantom feelings. I'm like, do you still feel it? He's like, yup, still feel like it's in there. It's gone.
No.
And we were talking about like, do you get that? What happens to that hand? You know what I mean? Like,
what does happen?
I don't know, but I said I would like to get it bronze. I just put it up in the house and just high five it on the way out.
What happens to the hand? How did it happen?
He was a work accident. He was one of those massive pile drivers you see, like they're just huge. And they're just drilling into the ground, pile driving the ground. He said it malfunctioned and it split off, and a piece of it shot off. And he just happened to have his hand, and they were all away from it and everything, but it broke off and it fucking crushed his hand.
Dude, you have a good temperament to hear these types of stories. I'd be like, that's fucked up. You're like a therapist. You're like the therapist energy. People just start telling you things. I don't know what it is.
My whole life
it's your eyes. You have kind eyes, and people are like, I'm gonna tell Sickler about all my traumas.
It's my whole life.
It's crazy. Something bad happens, people are calling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you have a good temperament for it, dude.
Nice of you.
You feel safe. People are like, yeah, I lost my arm. I'll call Sickler and tell him about it.
And laugh about it.
Yeah, and laugh about
it. That's the wild thing to me,
Yeah.
Like these people are calling in. There was a lady who, so this guy just called in, and they were at an engagement party, and some lunatic was just above him with an AR, and they were jawing back and forth because he was just being too loud, and he's a druggie and stuff. So, unbeknown to them, he had called the cops, and all of a sudden, and so did they.
Okay.
And they're like, why'd the cops get here within like 30 fucking seconds? That's crazy. And they find out later that because that guy called and said, if you don't get here in 35 seconds, I'm shooting everybody in this apartment below me. And they hauled helicopters, everything.
No.
It became a manhunt. He went into the woods and everything. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
And it turns out he was running for mayor of Frederick County, Maryland. You're just like me. That's what I do.
He was running for mayor?
And he won the first ballot. Yeah, he didn't get elected.
The gunman?
Yeah.
Dude, that makes sense that a politician would also be a gunman. That checks out for me.
I hear so many crazy, fucking insane stories every week that I thoroughly enjoy sitting down and listening to what someone else is going to say. I'm like, no, there's no way, dude. No,
it's like the craziest shit. The weirder it is, the more they want to call you.
Yeah. I'm like, this isn't real.
Wasn't there like a lady with 2 vaginas or something?
That was my second episode.
Oh, yeah, I remember the 2 pussy episode.
2 pussies, episode number 2. And she came back and did a follow-up.
Yeah.
And then she and her mom and sister came and saw me at my show in Baltimore. So I got to meet the family. They're all super sweet, good
Is she the only one with the 2 vaginas?
Yeah, she was the only one with 2 vaginas. I mean, between the 3 of them, they had 4 vaginas.
I forgot what you said. Did she have sex with one and pee out of one, or was it
nothing like
free-for-all?
No. It was just like, I mean, I guess if you can imagine almost a nose, like her vagina, instead of being one hole, it had this piece of skin in the middle. So you had to commit to a side. Yeah.
No.
Commit to a side. And she said as soon as she got her surgery, she went and got that thing, broke it in right away, she said.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So did she have a surgery to make it one vagina?
Oh, yeah. And she said she had so many health issues. Like, it's like endometriosis nonstop and crawling around her intestines and shit. I feel like I'm saying it's not just a piece of skin in her vagina. It's not as simple as 2 pussies.
It's not just 2 pussies.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Right.
There's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Double infection.
There's some BTS shit.
Dude, having 1 pussy's enough. I can't imagine having 2, dude.
I couldn't imagine taking care of 2 dicks either. Like, this one's got a piss now.
No,
Jesus Christ.
Too much.
4 nuts would suck.
Dude, do you get your period out of both vaginas?
I should message her and ask. She's so nice. But yeah, we had that. We've had so many wild
I was like, did I make that up or did he tell me that? And I'm like, no, I remember.
True. That's true, man. We've had so many different wild, crazy stories.
And are you just on Zoom with these people? That's wild.
They zoom in and talk to me and tell me the craziest shit. Like, I'll tell you one that's, I'll never forget this one. This one's very disturbing. So we had a guy who was a heroin addict, and he was in Philly. And back in Philly, there's this area called Kensington Park, and it's it's kind of notorious for being like a semi-open drug area.
Okay.
Where they're just sort of like.
I was like a Grateful Dead concert over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not legal, but they're like, do that shit over there.
Yeah.
So you go there to get your drugs. And he said that he would go from the first block when he would get into the drug zone were Puerto Ricans. He said, but they were mean and scary. So he'd go even deeper, another block to the Dominicans.
Okay.
And they were a little bit nicer.
Okay.
He's going to get his heroin from this Dominican guy. And his name was, I think I forget his name now, but we're going to call him Big Poppy.
Okay. He's going to get his heroin from Big Poppy.
From Big Poppy.
Okay.
And every time he said Big Poppy would be decked out in a full-on white suit.
No.
Rings, jewelry, watches.
Like a king.
Like a king. In a ghetto fucking open air. And then he said he'd pull out like a desert eagle.
No.
And he'd be, look at my gun, Poppy. Look how beautiful. Look. And he would tell you about how wonderful this gun was, just so you know that he's got this motherfucker. He's not flashing and intimidating. He's telling you to look at this beautiful piece of equipment I have here.
Yeah.
Every time you roll through.
Yeah.
So he said every time he'd go to get his drugs, there would always be a local crackhead just floating by. And when you'd get your drugs and you turn around and walk away, he'd come over real quick. Hey, can I get a little pinch? You know, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah.
You little rat. Get out of here, you know. So he would do this weekly. And he said that this one day he goes in and he goes up to Big Poppy and he gives him his money and they do the whole dance of the gun and everything. And then he turns around and walks away. And he sees the druggie come walking like behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And he just keeps walking. And then he hears Big Poppy say, hey, motherfucker.
No.
And then he thinks, oh, shit, I'm shorted him.
Yeah.
I didn't give him enough money.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, he's going to kill me. And when he turns around, now let's say you're Big Poppy and I'm the druggie that's turned around.
I was hoping I got to play Big Poppy. Yeah.
You're Big Poppy. The crackhead has stolen drugs out of Big Poppy's hand, and he's making a run for it.
No.
And Big Poppy picks up that big desert eagle and shoots this motherfucker, Sara Weinshenk.
No.
Listen to me. Through the back of the head.
No.
And guess where it goes? All over my fucking face.
No.
He shot this dude's face onto that guy's face.
No.
Sara.
No. I do not like that at all, dude.
And I go, what? I go, dude, that bullet could have gone through. He's like, yeah. I go, he could have missed. He's like, yeah.
He shot.
And I go, you stood there with this dude's shit all. He's like, mm-hmm. I go, then what did you do? Because remember, he's already got the heroin. He goes, oh my God, I was so scared. I went and got in my car. I go, did you leave? He goes, no. I go, you did not. He's like, I did. I said, you sat there and shot heroin up with someone's brains and skull and blood.
Oh my God.
He's like, yeah. I'm like,
my God. Oh my God. He probably needed heroin then more than ever.
And I still wasn't sure I believed him. And I go, you had somebody's brains and shit in your mouth. And he went, tastes like pennies.
No.
And that's what I believed him. That's what I believed. I was like, oh.
He said, tastes like pennies.
And I go, how long did you quit doing heroin after that? He goes, 3 days. I said, that didn't fucking stop you? He goes, no. I go, where'd you go? He goes, I went back to Big Poppy. I go, get the...
No.
I go, why didn't you go to the Puerto Ricans?
Yeah.
They're a block closer. He goes, because they were mean and scary. I said, he just shot someone's face onto your face.
Imagine going back to
And
Big
he went
Poppy.
back. And I go, what happens? And he goes, Big Poppy just looks at me and goes, we good, Poppy?
No.
He goes, we're good. And he goes, he gave him some free heroin. He turned around, walked away. And here's the thing, too, about that neighborhood.
That's crazy,
that body
dude.
laid out there for a couple days before the police, before they came to get it.
Because it's like the wild west.
And that's just a homeless dude nobody cares about. And I'm like, holy shit, that happened to you?
That's so
Got another
crazy.
guy that went skydiving.
Have you been skydiving?
Yeah, I'll never go.
You went
again.
skydiving?
Yeah.
What?
I went tandem.
With like the instructor?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go by yourself?
I went with a German Shepherd. It was a parachute dog. They gave a flight dog. They call him.
That'd be fun.
No, I was too scared to go by myself. You also had to stay overnight and pass a course to do it by yourself and all this shit.
A course?
Yeah, because
You just on a whim were like, I'm going to go skydiving?
No, I think it was a friend's like 30th or something, and we were all like, we'll go do it. You know,
Okay.
we all are diarrhea the whole way up. Like,
Yeah.
we sure we want to do it?
Yeah.
We sure want to do this? And if you wanted to like do the whole thing yourself, go up, pull it and all, you had to take a mini crash course and you were there overnight. And if not, if you wanted to have a person, you just sit and watch some videos.
Yeah.
For like 45 minutes, they're putting shit, and then you jump with that person. We're like, all right, we're going to do that.
Okay.
And my whole point, too, was if I die,
I don't want to be on
I'm going to do my best to roll on my back and see if I can't squish him, and maybe I'll make it out. You know?
Yeah.
That was my thought.
Yeah, and then it's not on you if you die. It's also kind of on them because they're the
Have you done
instructor.
it?
No.
It's one of those things. I've done that, and I've bungee jumped twice. Those are two things
Bungee
I'll never
jumping?
do again. Yeah.
Which one was more scary? Skydiving.
Bungee jumping.
No, because you go.
No, because I'll tell you why. So skydiving, we went up to 13,000 feet. And
I feel weak just thinking about
when they open the door, like that's when it's wild. I've never been on a plane before where the fucking door was open. You know what I mean? Like that's a first. And I'm like, whoa, that's what it's like when the door, and it's a big ass door because it's, you know, it's like a cargo plane. It's not a regular plane.
Right.
And it's rickety and shit. And it's like, it's going up. You're like, oh my God. And all these other people they've been, this is like their sixth jump of the day already. They've been doing it.
They're like junkies.
Yep.
They're adrenaline junkies.
So then you have this man strapped to your back and you have to coordinate walk, which is already difficult.
Oh, hell no. You're like a Siamese twin now?
Yeah. To a door that's open on a perfectly good fucking plane. Like all of it doesn't make sense. And I'm just like, all right, hold on. Okay, hold on. You know, and then you get to the side and he goes, all right, we're going to count down and we're going to jump. And I was like, because everybody's holding on, you know, like, I don't know. And he goes, 3, 2, 1. And he goes, and they tell you to, when you jump, you fucking spring out. Don't just drop, push away. And he knew I was scared. So I jump out. And as soon as we do, this asshole rolls us on my back so I can see the plane.
No.
It goes away. And I was like, you dick.
No.
I was screaming.
All right, people. Warmer, sunnier days are calling. You need to fuel up with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto.
The keto one's amazing.
Oh, yeah, the keto one fucks. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? Guys, summer's coming up. We are all trying to fucking meal prep, get ready for the hot weather. And I think that Factor makes it a lot easier.
A lot easier so that you can spend more time outside enjoying that sun. I mean, they have 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week. And there's always new flavors to explore. You can crush your wellness goals this May with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious from breakfast to dessert. Stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. I love the blackened salmon one.
I love the blackened salmon too, but I just had the shrimp.
Yeah.
The shrimp does not play.
Oh, I gotta try the shrimp.
It saves a lot of time. Keep your kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. So much time saved. I hate cooking. It takes so long in the cleaning and the prepping. This is no shopping, no prepping, no cooking, no cleaning up. It's effortless for your lifestyle. You choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced meals.
And we get, I think it's 50% off.
Yep. Head to factormeals.com/thisbe50 and use code thisbe50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code thisbe50 at factormeals.com/thisbe50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is still active. Make sure you tell them this bitch sent you.
All right, let's get back into it.
Screaming. You scream so fucking long. This was me at least.
Yeah.
I screamed so I felt like I screamed for at least like 30, but after a while, like 30 seconds of a you tire out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You tire out.
Yeah.
You really, I've never screamed so long where I was like, I had to catch my breath again, but like because I ran out of oxygen and the wind is rushing, your face is going like this. and you're trying to scream, and I felt like I was trying to push my tongue through like peanut butter and cobwebs.
No.
You know, like I couldn't get anything. Like, and then you finally,
No.
and then you just stop, and then you're fucking floating.
And what
and
did you like
it? Doesn't even feel like you're falling. Let me tell you something, Sarah Weinshenk.
It feels like you're
It feels like you're hurtling to the fucking
No.
Earth's surface.
No.
Yeah. It ain't no I'm floating shit. It is dropping like a cannonball to Earth's fucking surface.
I do not like that
And then
at
he's
all.
like, he gave me, I think it's called an altimeter or something for the altitude.
Okay.
He's like, when we get here, you pull the thing. I'm like, I'm not pulling shit.
Yeah.
We're like, this is the fall. I'm like, I don't want to touch anything. I don't wanna
Yeah.
He's like, you pull it. I go, you pull it. You pull it. I'm not pulling it.
No.
And he's like, you need to pull it now. We're getting too close. I'm like, I'm not pulling it. He's like, pull it. I'm like, oh, he's like, do it now. And I fucking yank it. And then it's the quietest, I'm telling you, it's the quietest shit I've ever heard in my life. You would think it'd be
when the thing comes up?
silent under that canopy. Silent.
No.
Silent. And I was like, what the fuck?
Really?
Yep.
Was that part fun?
That was fun.
When the canopy's up?
Yeah,
I
'cause
feel a
now
little
you
more
feel a little
safe
bit-
with
yeah.
the canopy.
But the other thing I learned too that made me nervous, because once the canopy is up, you do feel safe because that asshole's got both of the parachutes. You have none.
Oh, yeah. That's
He's
true.
got the reserve also. So if those hooks don't catch when he yanks that fucking chute, you're gone.
No.
You don't have one to pull and catch you. It's it. He's got both on his back. So now you're under this thing. But also, I'll never forget that the fucking harnesses are just jamming that fucking suit up into my balls. Like, because you're
No.
floating in the air and you got a man on
You got like a wedgie.
And he's like, you like roller coasters? And I'm like, yeah. And he pulls a cord and we just start going, and I'm just like, no, that's not what roller coasters do, dude. That's not I hate that. I hate spinning.
I
like,
hate
up and
spinning
down,
too,
bro.
like
Like,
teacup shit.
I was like, no, that's not roller coasters. That's not roller coasters. Stop. And then I'm just looking at the ground like, oh, fuck. I feel bad. And he's like, all right, we're going to land. And then when you land, again, you have to try to like sort of glide in so you can, run out.
Yeah.
But you got a dude on your back. So he's telling me,
A stranger on your back.
a stranger.
Nonetheless,
I've never
a
met who's saving my life.
whose
Yeah.
balls are right on my back.
On my back. His balls are resting on my neck. And he's
No.
like, you're going to put your legs like this. You're
Okay.
going to 90 degrees so I can run under us.
Okay.
And now you're like, oh my God, you're holding them as long. You've never held your legs like. Also, your adrenaline is pumping so much that your legs are just like,
No.
as soon as you get on the ground, I go, oh, thank God. And they're like, you going to do it again? And I was like, nope, never fucking doing it again.
But bungee jumping is just like what? You jump and then you bounce back?
The thing about bungee jumping is different is that I did it 2 times. I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
That's where you go to bungee
The
jump.
first time I went, it was off of a fucking crane. It was, and you went backwards.
What? How old were you?
20?
Yeah, bungee jumping is a young person's game. I don't have the desire to do that.
And you go up,
Yeah.
and you're on a crane. It's just a fucking crane.
Just a crane in the middle of nowhere?
Mm-hmm. And you go up to it. It's not in the middle of nowhere. It's like shit around.
Okay.
But you go up, and you had to fall off backwards. So I hadn't even considered that. So instead of falling forward and seeing something get bigger,
Yeah.
you're falling away and watching something get smaller. So even though it's scary as fuck, it's a different rush
Right.
than hurtling face first to something. You're falling backwards.
Right.
And you can't turn over because you're hooked on these rubber bands. So we did that, and it was terrifying, and it sucked. And then there was a big one. It was a big arch. Looked like the St. Louis Arch. And you know what's so funny?
What?
It's probably online somewhere, but after we did it, like I want to say 2 or 3 weeks after. Okay, so let me just say this. It's an arch, okay?
Yeah.
And the elevator, they had like a freight elevator that would just ride up on the inside of the arch to the apex, and then you'd jump out of the elevator, and then it would come back down. For some reason, 3 weeks or so later, after we do it, they decide to rig like a heavy duty cable that would take the elevator up to the apex this way and down, and it broke, and it killed the rider and it killed the instructor, and then it shut it down. Well, I had
No.
a
Oh,
T-shirt.
fuck
There's a
no,
VHS
no.
somewhere floating around
A
of
VHS of you doing it.
Yep, and then interviewing me after, and I probably look like I'm 10 years old, and I am just like, nope, get that. I'm basically get that camera out of my face. I ain't ever doing this shit again.
Really?
We got up there, Sara Weinshenk, and it's just you and this stranger, and you're in it was a blue freight elevator.
I'm already out. I don't want to be anywhere with a stranger, especially high up.
Where you could die.
Where you could die. Yeah,
We're
no.
up, I think it was 200 feet, and it's dark. It's night. You're wet, and it's beautiful. You're seeing all of Myrtle Beach, all up and down Myrtle Beach, right?
Yeah.
And you walk out on the edge of this freight elevator, and then they take the excess of the bungee cord and they throw it over the edge. And then when that just lands, you're like, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? You're like, what? And this is their job. This is what they do. So the guy goes,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's in 1993.
There it is. Bungee.
There it is.
Yeah, that's when I went, 1993. So I'm 20 years old
God.
exactly. I nailed it. 20 years old exactly.
That looks scary as hell, dude.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. You did that?
It wasn't a bridge like that. It's this one. There, right there. That Getty Images one down
The Getty
here. Virginia, it wasn't this one because it's, but it looks just like
here.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Oh,
that, you see how,
that's crazy.
and then you jump out of the thing, okay?
Oh, that's so scary.
And it was like 200 feet up.
That looks like it would hurt
Well,
when you, like,
so
bounce back.
you're just hearing,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God. You know, and it ain't going back down. He's not going back down.
Yeah.
He goes, all right, we're going to do a countdown. I'm like, okay. And, you know, you're just so nervous. You're walking to the edge. You're looking over. And I'm telling you, the air mattress underneath you, it looked
There's
like
an air mattress?
Yeah, down at the bottom of
Okay.
it. It looked like a Pop-Tart.
No.
You know how big air mattresses are?
Yeah,
I don't mean air mattress like you sleep on. I mean air, like stuntman airbag.
Yeah.
This thing looked like a Pop-Tart down there. I was like, and he goes, all right, we're going to do the countdown. And I don't know why, but in my fucking head, we're going from 10. We're going from 10.
Yeah.
This motherfucker said 3. I said 3. Like, I was terrified.
Of course. I would think you're going
ready
from 10.
for 3, Sara.
Yeah, no.
I was like, we're not going from 10. He goes, 3.
No.
2. He was no, you know what and 1. And I just fucking, I leapt out, arms out, and then you just start going. And when you hit that fucking bottom, it definitely jerks you up. And here's the thing, my rebound on this one, I went higher than I did off the crane.
No.
So the drop off that rebound was more than that first crane was. And then you just bounce there until it stops.
Sounds like neck pain.
And then they bring you over the Pop-Tart, and then they just gently lower you down like this, and you go into it, and then they come out and they unhook you, and they stick a camera in your face and ask if you liked it and if you ever want to do it again. And I'm like, man, fuck this shit.
Do you have your ears pierced?
I did. Those 2.
When did you get your ears pierced?
I got the first one pierced when I was 16, and I went to play soccer for the U.S. and Europe, and I did it in Amsterdam.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And then when I was 20, I came out here for college, and I did the second one on Sunset Boulevard.
And so would you wear like 2?
I wore red feathers. That's just for you. Could you imagine? I wore red feathers, and people would feather me. I first started with like a gold ball, just like a stud, you know, the practice earring.
Okay.
But then I didn't have this one. I didn't have them both done right away.
Yeah.
So I would just wear like a diamond stud. Sometimes I'd wear one little hoop.
Just depending on your mood.
Depending on my mood or what everybody else was doing. Then we start doing dumb stuff. We come to school, so you'd have like the dumbest one. I remember having one that was like a Jack Daniels whiskey thing hanging.
No.
He was wearing it in school, and man, hey, can I borrow a pencil? People were like, what the fuck is in your ear right now?
That's so funny. That just gave me
then I would do a diamond hoop.
A diamond hoop?
Diamond and then a hoop when I doubled them. And sometimes I'd do 2 small hoops that matched, you know.
Just depending on your mood.
Just, you know, throwing it around. Yeah.
Speaking of having a Jack Daniels earring, I went to a dive bar with my boyfriend, and this random like local lady that like gets drunk at this bar all the time started hitting on him, and she had Tito's earrings.
Yeah, Tito.
And she was like, "Can you show me how to share your location on your phone? I don't know how to do it." And she was all over him, and it was shameless. And you just gave me a flashback to her.
So you just gave me this flashback now. So, okay, there was a famous stripper back in the day, and they made a movie out of her with Paul Newman and everything.
Okay.
It's called Blaze Star.
Okay.
And she, if I have the story right, she was famous because I think she married or had an affair with a governor from like Louisiana or something. And she became prominent back in maybe the 60s, something like that. So it turns out she lives in Maryland where we're growing up. And the only reason we know a Blaze Star is because my brother's high school girlfriend babysits for her or whatever, or watches her grandkids or something.
Okay.
And then we find out that Blaze Star is now she's an older ex-stripper. You know, she's eccentric, but she's like probably in her 60s and she's got red hair and stuff. And she just had this little like trinket cart in the middle of this tiny mall where she would sell these earrings and shit. And we would steal the shit out of those earrings from Blaze Star all the time.
Star.
Look her up.
An eccentric 60-year-old woman with red hair that sold accessories.
They made a movie out of her. I think it was, what's
God.
her name? What's her name? Davidovich or whatever.
What?
Look, it's a real one. No, I think she might have been 2 R's. There you go. That's her. There's
That's who
Blaze
you
Star.
bought your earrings from?
We bought some and stole the rest.
Some?
Yeah.
That's what she
her.
looked like?
That was her. What happened to Blaze Star? There she is right there. Go
the
one
first
more
one.
up and click on the one above that one.
What happened?
Yeah, that one. Oh, she died in 2015. Yep, she lived in Maryland and she had a little like a little like a jewelry
so
cart.
Fucking crazy.
You know what I'm talking about? One of those wooden ones, but it had like wheels on both sides in the back, but none up here.
Yeah. That's so crazy, dude. That's so crazy that you got earrings from her.
Mm-hmm.
I
That
begged.
Jack Daniels one came from her,
from
doubt.
her cart.
100%.
I remember begging my mom to get my ears pierced, and she took me to Claire's, and I begged her for weeks. I was like, Mom, I got to get my ears pierced. I got to get my ears pierced because I used to wear the stick-on earrings all the time. And I was like, I need to level up. Like, I want actual earrings. I begged her, and then I got there, and I got scared. And this random lady, while I was getting my ears pierced, like, because I started crying, even though I wanted to be there, this random lady says in front of my mom, it's awful to make your children do that. But really, it was me that was like, and she's like, I felt like I was like mutilating my child, but the whole time I was begging, like, I don't know.
My daughter wants her ears pierced. Her mom has said not till she's 13 or 14.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? As a dad, like, that's just one I'm not going to fucking interfere with.
Yeah.
You got to pick your battles.
You're like,
and if your mom wants it to be 13 or 14, go yell at her about it.
Yeah.
I'm good whenever we fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's 13, 14, I'm good. And I'll stand strong on that and I won't, violate that.
Yeah.
But also if your mom changes her mind and says you can do it at 10, okay. I don't give a shit.
Right.
So I remember my dad was big, like, you better not fucking pierce your ears. And I was like, I'm doing that shit when I go to Amsterdam. I'm 16. You're not going to tell me anything. And I came back and he was like, doesn't look that bad.
No.
But I remember being at like the airport and was all these guys from all over the country and stuff. And there were a few of them that had them. And he started seeing them and realizing like, that's my dad's ghost cleaning up shit right now. He realized, like, you start seeing clean-cut kids with good grades having them, not just the junkies and the the druggies and shit having earrings and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, that kid goes to church, and this one's buttoned up in a polo. Oh, okay, that kind of thing." Yeah.
What about tattoos? Do you think your daughter will get tattoos?
I don't know. She hates needles right now. And
okay, that's
I tell her they're different, but still, I'm like, it's not pleasant if you don't like pain.
Well, yeah, if she hates needles, then you don't have to worry about heroin or tattoos right now.
Her mom has them, and I've got a quarter sleeve on this side, and I got another one on here.
Yeah.
So she knows about them and is familiar with them, but I don't think she wants to fuck with them.
Dude, what about like, I remember when I was like 13 or 14, girls would go to the mall and then they'd come home with like their belly buttons pierced. Or their tongues pierced.
Tongue was...
like, how pissed would you be if your daughter got her tongue pierced?
What age? After 18, I wouldn't be mad. I mean,
no,
she's her
after
own person.
18.
She's her own
I'm
person.
at high school.
Yeah, I wouldn't be stoked about that.
Yeah, no.
No, I wouldn't be stoked about that.
I used to work with these two women at Bloomingdale's, and one of her daughter's got a tattoo above her vagina that said Bon Appetit.
No.
Yeah.
How old was she?
She was like 14 or 15, and her mom was fucking pissed.
Who? Also, aren't you supposed to be 18 to get a fucking?
I don't know. She had it. Bon Appetit right over her vagina.
Bon Appetit over her fucking pussy at 14?
Yes.
Who tattooed this child?
Yes.
I don't know. And her mom was so pissed.
Did she even have any experience with that at all?
I don't know. Well, then we were like talking about it at work, and my boss was like, "Not only does she have experience with it, she likes it." She's like, "That's not true. She's a virgin." We're like, "Meh, she just got Bon Appetit tattooed above her vagina. I don't think she's a virgin."
Did you ever see it?
No.
Get the fuck out of here. That's crazy to do if you're
As
an adult. Oh my God. I would kill my fucking daughter. First of all, I'd beat the fuck out of that tattoo artist and burn that place down. And then I would be
Bon
like, I don't know
Appetit.
what we're changing that fucking thing to say, but it's not gonna be Bon Appetit. My friend owns, my friend Bree, what's up, Bree? She owns Black Diamond Tattoo down in on Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
And she told me, and she did like tattoo removal for me and stuff first before I got the new one. And you know what she told me the most? The how am I trying to say this? The type of tattoo she removes most often.
Yeah.
Do you know what would you think it is?
A man's name or a woman's name?
That's a good guess, but it's not.
What is it?
You want to know what it is?
What?
Wedding rings.
Oh, that's
The
sad.
people that do the tattoo wedding rings.
Oh, damn.
And it's a dark band. Then you got to go in. I'm telling you, that shit fucking hurts.
No, I know. I
hurts.
tried to get my 818 tattoo that I got at Skankfest because it was so bad. I tried to get a Brody tattoo, but I got it at Skankfest, and that's not where you go to get
That is not
tattoos.
where you go to get tattoos.
On a whim.
Yeah.
And
To remember
it looked like,
someone.
I go, in the moment, I go, I need a tattoo for Brody at Skankfest. I need it on my body now. I was fucked up. I was like, I need it now. And it was so bad. It looked like two snowmen playing table tennis.
Did you get it removed?
I know, now it's a fucking butterfly.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I
you
had to
can't
get it
tell
covered
now.
up.
Yeah.
But at first, I went to try to get it removed, and that shit fucking hurt.
Man.
It hurts more than getting the actual fucking tattoo.
100%.
I was like, just tattoo something over it. I don't have the pay. I can't do this.
I mean, I would sit there and I'd just be like sitting there and I'd just hold as long as I can. I'm like, okay, stop. All right, God damn. Yeah, it hurts.
The only thing that hurts almost as bad as that, and you don't have to deal with this and you're lucky, is if you're a woman and you have a mustache and you get it threaded. I don't know how to tell you how bad this hurts. Like if I have a
Is
little
that like
bit of
when they
peach
take
fuzz,
yeah,
and they take like this string, and for some reason, and they just like do it right here, and it hurts so fucking bad. It's the worst pain you could ever imagine.
Are you familiar with the place in the valley called Pink Cheeks? I'm sure you are.
Yeah, Pink Cheeks.
Okay.
When I was in high school, girls would go to Pink Cheeks to get Brazilian waxes.
In high school?
Yeah. We were having sex. We were getting
We were
Brazilians.
too in high school, but it was full bush when I was in high
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
I don't know what year everybody started getting rid of it, but it was not that in high school.
Yeah.
If you saw that in our high school, you'd be like, "Are you okay?"
But why'd you ask about Pink Cheeks?
I'll tell you. So when I was a writer-producer at E, we had to
It's
do
in the
this.
valley.
We had to do this piece, and they wanted us to go to Pink Cheeks to do this piece on them because they were big at the time for anal bleaching.
Oh, yeah,
Like the couple porn stars went there and got their buttholes bleached, and then they started talking about how Pink Cheeks will bleach your butt, and then everybody was going to get their butthole bleached, and that was like the spot, and that's why we were going out there. And while we were there, the lady was
Butthole
so
bleaching.
sweet, and she was like, "Would you like to try any services? We'll do whatever." My friend Bree, who owns Black Diamond, that's how I met her. We both met working at E, and then
At Pink Cheeks?
she got no. We worked at E, but we're
okay.
doing this a piece on Pink Cheeks, a profile piece for the E network, and they're going to talk about these porn stars getting their buttholes, bleached and all this stuff. But the
normal
lady's
segment.
like, we're going to be there for like 3 or 4 hours. So she's like, "Do you want anything done?" I'm like, "I don't want anything done." And Bree's like, "Ryan, just let them do up your nose.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I just did it. It doesn't hurt at all." I'm like, "There's no way that doesn't hurt." She's like, I swear to God, it doesn't. I was like, "All right, I'll do that one." And the lady took the fucking like hot honey wax and put it on that cotton pad. and she jammed that shit up my nose. And then she took a stick and she like swirled it around in there. And I know now what she was doing. She's like, so what are you thinking about shooting today? As soon as I went to answer, she took like tweezers and yanked this shit out. Sara Weinshenk. This eye right here poured water for like 10 minutes. This one didn't at all.
I know.
Just, God, I was like, you fucking, and she was laughing so hard. I was like, you fucking bitch. And she was dying. She's like, it hurts so bad. I go, oh my God, it hurts so bad. And she's like, now you got to do the other one. I don't want to do the other one. He's like, you got to fucking do the other one. You can't do this. And there was so much hair.
No,
like,
I know.
It came out from way up in here. I felt like, I was like, what? And she did that. And I was like, oh, it hurts so fucking bad. And she's like, I'm going to do your eyebrows. I'm like, no, my eyebrows. I've been in a lot of fights and I have a scar here. I don't want to I feel like you'll tear it. Or she's like, I'm not going to tear it. This fucking lady put the shit on my eyebrow and ripped that fucking wax off. And she went like that away, like a panic touch.
Yeah. That's what they do after they rip it.
You ripped it, didn't you? And she goes, it ripped. I was like, fuck. And so I'm bleeding over here now. I'm like, fuck this goddamn place.
No. Yeah, that's what it is to be a woman all the time.
Yeah, brutal.
You like subject your face all kinds of weird
And I just did my fucking nose and I didn't do my ass or my balls. Like, I couldn't imagine having that ripped off like that. Oh, no way.
There's something about that string, though, I'm telling you, that threading string. It looks like a little dental floss string, but it packs a punch.
They used to have a threading stand right next to Blaze Star.
They did?
They wasn't big back then. But that's where I see him.
Star. Yeah, like at a cart, a threading thing.
A little cart in the middle of the mall. I see him all the time.
Do you get massages ever?
Not enough. You know what? I also was told after everything that happened to me in the hospital with my blood condition and stuff that massages can often, well, not often. I should let me watch my words. Massages can sometimes break clots loose that you didn't know you have, and you can just fucking die from that. I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, that can happen. So probably shouldn't get massages. I was like, they're like, unless somebody really knows what the fuck they're doing, I wouldn't let them just rub all over your body. And I
guess that's a good rule in general.
So I stopped getting massages from I got a Theragun.
A Theragun is a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, just on my legs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you could go either way. Yeah, there's nothing worse than a massage that you have to endure where you don't really like it. You can't you guys aren't a match. I've had weak people and you're like, dude, we're not a match. You're never going to give me what I need out of this massage. And then you still have to fucking pay for it. There's nothing worse than that.
Our homegirl, Christina P, used to send me this place called Faux Siam.
Oh, I know where that is.
You know Faux Siam?
Yeah, that place is good.
Let me tell you, she loved it too. She's like, Ryan, this is where you go to
get
a
walk on
Thai
you?
massage.
Yeah.
But the first time I didn't know what to expect. I left there so fucking sore. I had a whole bit in my first album about it. I was laying there on my stomach after a while. My eyes were closed, my arms were back like this, and I started feeling this cold metal thing brushing my arms.
Yeah.
And I just peeked out the side, and the lady had a walker. And she was just walking on my back and rolling the fucking walker. And I was like, what the fuck's going on in here? It was aggressive too. She would take tennis balls and rub them like that. Oh, God damn.
I like that place.
It's too much.
It's kind of torturous. Yeah, Kim's the one that got me going there.
It's very nice, but Faux Siam.
They really get in there.
And it's a good price for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And
they get in there.
They really give it their all.
They do. I don't know how you could do more than one massage a day with the energy they give for that shit. You know what I mean?
There's no way. I'm are you guys on drugs? Are you doing lines of coke before you're massaging people? It's the only way. Yeah. How do they have that much energy?
Aggressive.
It's physical work to be a masseuse like that. Yeah, I like it when the worst is when they're just phoning it in. You're like, you're not even trying, bitch. I know you're not trying.
Are you fucking on a call right now?
Yeah. I've had manicures where they're on a call before.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I wish there were? Because I really love long nails rubbed. Oh, sorry, long nails rubbed on my body, my back, my arms, my legs. I wish there were scratch parlors. You know, where I could go
Where
lay
you
down
can
on a
get your
table
back
and
tickled?
someone just gently does this instead of just breaking clots off and killing me. You know what I mean? Just give me I would call it Goosebumps.
You want to go?
I would call it Goosebumps.
I'm going to Goosebumps today.
I'm going to Goosebumps, bitch. I got to give some to Goosebumps. I'll be back.
And go with my
Just
back
get out there and get
tickles.
gentle scratches. You know what I mean? You can put fake nails on and protect yourself from people's dirty skin. I
Yeah.
don't even mean those. Like, you know, different types. You could be like, do you want the sharp ones where I press in? Like, yeah, give me that. It's extra $5. All right. You know?
What kind of back scratching experience do you want? That's so funny.
I just think it would be great to get like
Your back tickled.
just not my back tickle, all of it. My hamstrings,
Your
my
scalp?
calves, my bottom of my feet.
You want the bottom of
All
your feet
of it.
tickled?
All of it. I want all of it just tickled. Lightly, just like I want goosebumps. You know what I mean? Oh shit. I think that would be an alternative to massages. Like, you guys just do scratches here? Like, yes,
Yeah.
we do. Yes,
Yeah.
we do. How
It's
heavy
less-
you want it? I just want goosebumps.
Yeah.
You're at the right place, man. It's called goosebumps. We're gonna give you goosebumps.
You got a punch card at Goosebumps.
Like, you ever have those that scalp thingy you put
Yeah,
on that does
yeah.
that, right? Like
Mhm.
that, but just that feeling all over your body instead of the aggressive kneading and
Yeah, because sometimes they can be aggressive.
yeah, that's faux Siam is
I
way
kinda
aggressive.
like that.
Way
When
aggressive.
they put their elbow in your
Mhm.
back and you're like, is that your knee?
you calling somebody else in here?
Yeah.
Like, how there are 4 feet on me right now?
I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And they'll walk on you and they have like a thing
Yeah,
here
they
that
got the
they can
rails up
hold.
there and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, are you doing a skin to cat right now?
Yeah, it's really crazy.
They really do. They really fucking do. I was like, Christina fucking sent me here to. You must not like me. They're fucking me up here.
They will fuck you up.
Mhm.
If you're not ready to get fucked up, I wouldn't recommend it.
You need to be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
no
was sore for a
Goosebumps.
full day. You feel like
Yeah.
you worked out.
Yeah, you
You
do.
feel like you worked out.
They're like, you
But
go home
after
and
you
drink a
haven't
lot
worked
of
out
water.
in 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, go home and just fucking
Dude.
get in a tub and drink it.
Speaking of not working out for 10 years, on my birthday this year, I was like, I'm going to do something good for myself. I'm going to get a gym membership. So I buy a year membership to the gym, and I've gone 3 times.
When was your
Every
birthday?
time April. Every time I drive by, I go, oh, fuck. I got to use that gym.
Which gym?
24-hour fitness. It's no Equinox either.
No, it's
you go to Equinox once, it ruins all the gyms for you. Guess
You
what?
know,
This
I've
shit
never
doesn't
been.
smell like eucalyptus.
Everyone
This
said-
smells like fucking sweat, okay? If I go there and I go, I have to work harder so I can have a better gym
Yeah.
membership. I don't like being there at all.
What does Equinox cost?
Equinox costs like $300 a month.
And what do you get for that?
Okay, first of all, it smells like eucalyptus when you walk in.
So
There's
it's
like
clean?
warm towels.
Yeah.
It's immaculate.
Great.
You could eat off the floor in Equinox, I swear to God. You could drop an Erewhon chicken tender, which that's what you would drop there.
Yeah, they probably
and
have
then-
one inside there. Yeah.
And it's just cleaner. It's a better experience.
That's a place where I would like to like freelance. I would do Goosebumps in a corner that I'd rent the
At
space.
Equinox.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Equinox to get my
Y'all laugh,
Goosebumps.
when I'm done with comedy and you drive by one day, you're like, that son of a bitch really did it. He's got goosebumps over there.
Goosebumps times Equinox collaboration.
You work out hard, then you come and just get gently scratched on your way home. Like,
Oh
yeah,
my
man,
God.
I like those shoulder shimmies, you know, when you
Yeah.
get that shiver. Like, ooh, I like that. You don't get that from a massage.
That's true. You need a goosebump pop up at
Mhm.
Equinox. That's so funny. You know, Equinox is a different experience. And like you see people there. We saw Lana Del Rey in the fucking bathroom. Kim and I were like, is that?
Yeah, that's what I.
It's like seeing a mythical creature.
yeah,
Seeing
I see
Lana Del
the
Rey in
cars
real
pull
time.
up and
I go,
is that the one in
"Lana
West LA? Is that the big
It-
one?
it was, yeah.
Sepulveda. Like, I feel like, isn't that where like the gym is up there where Jordan and Magic would play against each other one-on-one and you don't know about it and stuff?
Del-" Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
like
a little
super
nice.
VIP.
It's super VIP.
$300 a month though. That's I don't
That's how much I paid for a year at 24-hour fitness. So I
for
said,
$300.
$300 for the whole year. Because they give you like a deal. I'm like, yeah, I'm committing to a year.
Mhm.
I've gone 3 fucking times. I don't think that that's going to change. I don't
You think
know.
it's going to be done at 3 or are you just going to keep going once a month?
I don't know. Every time I go there, I'm like, I don't really want to be here.
Yeah.
There's a pool. I don't really know about.
Well, I'm lucky, man. I've been working with because of everything that happened. I'm still with the physical therapist. And he was like, hey, I can't take your insurance anymore. I'm like, why? He's like, because they're telling me I'm over-prescribing. I'm like, yeah, but you're not. The surgeon is the one writing the prescription. He goes,
Right.
yeah, but they're telling me as your physical therapist that I should be saying no to that. I'm like, to a person that you can witness is in pain, who you have statistical information.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. So I was like, well, how much are you? And he told me his number. And I was like, would you be willing to come to my building and work me out at my gym? We got a pretty nice gym. He's like, do a video of your gym. Did a video of my gym. And he's like, Ryan, this is nicer than some of the gyms I work out in. I go, would you come to my home for that rate and work me out 3 times a week? And he's like, yup. And he's been coming over doing that.
Oh,
All I got to do is get up now and go upstairs.
You're living like
Or
Kobe
downstairs.
Bryant yourself. You got your personal trainer coming to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
That's goals.
But I took him out of there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'd rather be going to his place with Blue Shield working. But Blue
Yeah.
Shield, fuck me. Yeah.
Blue Shield will fuck you.
Blue Shield sucks.
They all suck.
Mm-hmm. They all suck. You're right.
Well, should we end on how health insurance sucks?
No.
We can't.
No.
Do you think you'd write a children's book? I could see
I
that
think
for you.
about it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I could write a good kid's
I
book,
think,
I
yeah.
think, yeah.
I think a lot of us could write a good just smoke a joint and write a book about like a turtle that loses a tooth. Bestseller.
Yeah.
When I see people ghostwriting children's books, I'm like,
Well, my book series already exists, Goosebumps. I can't take that. I got to come up with a different book name.
yeah.
But my daughter, like I was telling my daughter, my grandmom, I didn't realize what improv was when I was a kid or any of that stuff, but my grandmom would come visit. My brother and I, we would have to push our twin beds together and she would sleep in the middle.
Uh-huh.
And we would stay up till, past midnight. And my grandmom just making up stories.
That's fun.
Like, tell us that story about this. And now I realize, and then we would love it so much. We'd be like, tell us that story again. And that's when you realize she's like, that's not you know what I mean? Like,
I was just
can't
making
repeat
that up.
I don't even remember what the fuck I said, Like,
Yeah, it's a one-hit
oh,
wonder.
Yeah. So then we'd start making up these stories. And I used to do that with my daughter all the time. So that I feel like I could do a good kid's book.
I feel like you could. I feel like you could narrate a good kid's book too. You have a calming voice.
That's nice.
Yeah. Add it to the list of Sickler.
I want to do VO for sure.
A voiceover?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd be good at it. Well, that's our episode.
Thank you, Sara Weinshenk.
Thank you for coming on. Where can people find you?
You can find me on my website at ryansickler.com, all social media, Ryan Sickler. Come see me on the road. All tickets for all shows are on my website. Check out the Way Back. Check out the Patreon, The Honeydew with You All. That's the show, the wild show I'm telling you about. And check out the Honeydew.
That's it. And you guys can find me here every Wednesday on Shank and every Monday on This Bitch. And my show dates are at Princess Shank on Instagram. I'm coming to Atlanta and I'm coming to Jacksonville, Florida. So get ready. And I'll probably be in Austin soon too. So at Princess Shank. And we'll see you next week.